I am from the land of freedom, the land of the setting sun.
When did you start writing?
I thought before today that most people who come on shows and say that I have been writing since I was a child.
They're pretentious.
I thought it was very pretentious, but that's the only answer that I can give you right now. I've been writing for as long as I can remember, but I started reading before writing. I started writing because I would read books and then I'll feel the need to write something. You understand? I've always said that the greatest books that I have read, when I read their last sentence, I feel the need to start writing something myself. That's how I know a book has touched me. But if I finish reading a book and I just drop it and I don't feel the need to write something, then the book didn't stay with me. So I started writing from a very young age, but to be safe, I'll just put maybe 8. And my introduction to writing was in the sense of cards, birthday cards. So it was often when it's someone's birthday in their house, I can remember the fondest memories I have are of my father's birthdays.
Right.
So it's his birthday and we'll buy him a card and we are 4, so there are 4 portions of the card. There's the upper right and then there's the upper left and then there's the lower So we're 4, so each person just takes one.
Right.
So you see my elder
brother. So you probably in your family first and foremost, something is wrong.
No.
Because that's like not that, it sounds normal, but that's not a normal thing to take the 4. Like people will typically write under. Yes, you see. So continue.
Maybe that thing. But I think I'm the one who instigated that. Let's just keep
it around. Right.
So you see my brother will write happy birthday dad, you're the best. And then my sister will be happy birthday dad, you're the best. And then I'll start. I remember last 2 weeks speaking from school and your eyes were this and then I'll write. It's so bad that I'll write from the bottom and I'll reach where the other person who had written was there.
And you're still writing.
And
you still have more to say.
And I still have more to say. But then I didn't quite think of it as anything. I just felt like happy birthday was just too ordinary for the kind of man my father was. So yeah, and most times I'll just think that those messages that come with the card, I just found them so ordinary. I found them as something like a clerk.
I find them offensive.
A clerk in the factory just said 365 days of love, and I just wanted to tell my dad more. So that was how I started. And then during Christmas, we'll have Christmas cards, and then I'll write them. But I didn't actively start writing properly till I think I was maybe 13. But it was like everyone's first stage of writing, which is very horrible, which is why you sort of hate your life or why you think this is, it's that kind of reflection. Yeah.
Like you responding to the world.
You responding to the world in a very, like you're a victim of the world.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of victimization that I was writing about, and that at those moments it felt safe because it felt like that's all I could do. I could only be a victim. I could only see that, I didn't get this thing from my father and it means that he didn't like me that much, or this person didn't invite me to their party means that they didn't think that I was cool enough. Yeah, until I was sort of, I think it's age. And then I started writing I started seeing myself less as the victim of situations. I just started seeing myself as, I started imagining I could do this, I started envisioning a more less victimized future, quote unquote. So writing has been with me for a while.
Right. I still want to talk about the beginnings, but then let's move forward a bit. Something struck me as we were talking. So you have this, I call it poetry in your soul, where these things you're talking about, where you can look beyond what is happening not know what is behind it, but try and understand why is it happening, how did it happen, where is it coming from, where is it going. You also live in the moment. So you go for shows, you hang out with friends, you look good, you dress up. So you do the things that typically people don't expect from a person who can retreat. Why do you think you're able to do that?
So I sort of expected this question to come up because most people who encounter me, I was at a party, like you said, I go for parties. I was at a party and my friend had a piece of cake. So I was trying to get from his cake, okay? And because I don't like sweet things, I find them really, but I just wanted to take just a bit of his cake. And so I was trying to take his cake. He pulled back. He didn't want to give it to me. So I just stretched my hand. It was a moment of, it wasn't a dignified moment. It wasn't something a writer was supposed to do. So I just stretched my hand and took from the cake. I was like, give me that cake. And then one other person, I'm not mentioning, one other person just looks at me like, are you the one struggling for cake like this? I see you on your Instagram. I just think that
I know.
I look at this person, I look at the cake. I look at this person, I look at the cake. I'm like, it's just cake. If I want to eat cake, I'm going to eat cake. I find it very sad that there's just a typical expectation of somebody who can write. You know, like I do a lot of dancing. I like dancing. I dance a lot. And then one other time, I had a video of myself dancing on Snapchat, and then someone tells me that, "Wow, are you sure you're supposed to be putting that on?" Like, you understand? I'm like, hold on a minute. The fact that I can write, or the fact that you find me intellectual, quote unquote, doesn't mean that I cannot do things that I find fun. You know, if I want to dance, I'm going to dance.
Right.
If I want to do anything, I'm going to do that. You know, I don't believe that we should restrain something to an idea of something. I just think that that's very sad that people do that.
I am from the land of freedom, the land of the setting